and of course, recovery of 210 various firearms.
That the security of lives and property will remain and will continue to be at the top of his policing vision for Lagos State.
Baby. Police now interrogated her and she actually confessed that she stole the baby from Akure in Ondo State.
The command will continue to sustain the tempo of flushing out criminals through proactive measures and calls on the good people of Borno State.
And came forward. Those are the victims right behind me. You can see them. They came up to identify some of these kidnappers as those who kidnapped them.
At Topland along Amechi Road in Enugu.
Was caught with a Beretta pistol. At the end of investigation, is going to be taken to court.
These guys, at their age, you will not believe that they have murdered two different people.
These are respected and well-known citizens serving in the Nigeria Police Force. They are the image makers of the Nigeria Police Force, existing at the core of organizational representation. They are selected to represent their agencies at all levels of engagement on all public platforms, giving their repeated exposure via traditional and electronic media. Perceptions of spokesperson characteristics may impact perceptions of police and police organizations more broadly. To help develop skills and provide knowledge about media and communications and corporate communication strategies, the Force Public Relations Department organized a 4-day workshop. The annual conference was convened in Asaba, Delta State from 18th November to 22nd November 2024 with the theme Strengthening Nigeria Police Force Oversight and Accountability Mechanism. The city of Asaba, the capital of oil-rich Delta State of Nigeria, is strategically located at the hill at the western edge of the majestic River Niger. Asaba lies approximately 6 degrees north of the equator and about the same distance east of the meridian, about 100 miles north of where the River Niger flows into the Atlantic Ocean. Our first day in Asaba. The opening ceremony was presided over by His Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, who physically graced the occasion alongside our amiable Inspector General of Police, IGP Olukayode Adeolu Egbetokun, PhD, MPM, and several distinguished guests were also present. The event witnessed the participation of 85 public relations officers representing various commands and formations within the force, including the force headquarters Abuja, police formation training institutions, zonal and state commands across the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, and the force public relations. Before the opening, the IGP Olukayode Adeolu Egbetokun, PhD, MPM, met with the Executive Governor of Delta State at the Government House, where he expressed his appreciation to the continued support of the Delta State government towards the Nigeria Police Force. He particularly commended the governor for the generous donation of operational vehicles to the police and other security agencies under the umbrella of Delta State Operation Sweep, which he subsequently joined the governor in commissioning. Then, the IGP also declared open the Police Public Relations Expert Conference, a land event aimed at improving public engagement strategies and fostering mutual trust between the police and the public.
The Nigerian Police Force Public Relations Department has long been a vital bridge between the force and the citizens. Recognizing this, our administration has prioritized the repositioning and strengthening of this unit for optimal efficiency and effectiveness. Our goal is to uplift the image of the Nigerian Police Force by implementing sophisticated public relations strategies, addressing institutional shortcomings, and fostering a culture of transparency and accountability. This endeavor is crucial for enhancing our engagement with the community and strengthening the foundation of trust and mutual respect necessary for effective policing. We have significantly enhanced our training and capacity building programs for our public relations officers to ensure they are equipped with the latest tools and strategies for effective public engagement. Recently, we successfully conducted advanced training for over 100 PROs covering crisis communication, media engagement, and conflict resolution techniques. The main goal of these programs is to bolster their ability to positively project the image of the force and respond proactively to public concerns.
To bring new ideas, how to communicate with the people that will show you love, because if people don't even like you, there's no way they will see what you are doing as good. But let them know, because we're all together. It's just the uniform that brings the changes. So not all police that have bad name, but I will tell you, 99% of the police are doing very well.
It is for this reason that I must align my thought, goodwill, and current efforts of the Ministry of Information and National Orientation to today's very important and well-intentioned reflection on strengthening the police force oversight and accountability. As they are aware, President Bola Tinubu's overwhelming economic reforms across all critical sectors of the economy and the nation's institutions, including the police, are very much on course.
The yearnings and aspirations of members of the public. And I want to, here on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, to say the population's department of the force will continue to use all available means, all mechanisms to draw members of the public near and to bridge the gap between them and the Nigeria police force.
Nigerians. The federal government is fully committed to supporting the Nigeria police force in its efforts at curbing crime in all communities. We are working tirelessly to provide the necessary resources, training, and infrastructure to enhance the capacity of the police and ensure that officers operate with the highest level of professionalism and integrity.
At the Delta State Police Command Headquarters, the IGP commissioned newly completed police officers' mess, a state-of-the-art facility designed to enhance the welfare of officers and provide a conducive environment for professional and social engagements. After the opening ceremony, some of the sponsors of the PPRO's conference, the country director, International Alert, and the CEO, Pineleaf Estate, discussed why they chose to support the Nigeria Police Force.
Building their capacities on communication tools. But for this conference, we are really excited to be here because it's a stock-taking conference. It's a conference where they are here to learn and interact with themselves, identify what they can do better. And so our core objective as a peace-building organization is to support peace and security initiatives. And the police, being the leading agency on internal security in Nigeria, is a key partner for us. We're implementing this program with support from the Integrated Security Fund. The UK Integrated Security Fund has been a long supporter of Nigeria peace and security initiatives. And for this particular one, our work is focused on the Police Act 2020 and ACJA. So much of the support we have provided to the police is founded on the very principles and provisions in the Police Act 2020.
There's a difference because the fighting of the crime have improved. And when you look at though there's still little unrest, but we can tell ourselves the truth that we have achieved a sustainable peace.
From day 1, 2, 3, 4, presentations were made by invited resource persons.
That's what gets people into problems. Avoid any form of generalization. So at this conference, it is not like Asaba Uyo conference, it is not like Ibadan conference. We will make this conference a lot better, more exciting and interesting, not what they want to know. And when you make a statement, this is why some of you get into trouble when you are writing your press statements. Every paragraph is a story of its own. I can decide to take a story from just one paragraph. Just one paragraph, I can take my story from there and deal with you. So I'm just going to show you the attributes of a spokesperson, the do's and don'ts of a spokesperson.
As a writer, as a psychologist, I read people's mind from what they write, and then it also informs me how to train people. You need people. You need social capital. You need somebody who will speak for you when people are speaking against you. And the police of all groups in this country needs a lot of social capital. What channels am I using? There are some channels I don't watch again. There are some channels you send news, they are not going to listen to it. Want to listen, get young boys to get there. There are some hip hop channels. There are many of them that go to channels. TikTok, social media. Everybody is almost every Nigerian is a social media netizen. We are studying that area. You pass your message through TikTok, through WhatsApp, through Facebook, X, Twitter, as they call it. It's about channel selection, media selection, which we will talk about later on.
Transfer of aggression. That's one thing. So the challenges that you deal with, you do not have the capacity to address them completely. Because we are talking about political grievances that people have. We are talking about socio-economic issues that people have. We are talking about political what? Tell me. She said political, you said political, right? Political interests. What are the sort of issues that you know Nigerians have? Cultural issues, religious differences, security. Now, security is not only the function of the police, am I right? Internal security is what you... But even in that space, it's as if difficult for you to communicate. So this initiative will help you develop certain communication tools, working with a range of civil society networks that we have. Tell us also the ones you are working with in your different states so that we can co-opt them. And we speak to them in a language that we understand in our time, in a way that communicates some of the key messages around what you expect of the public as well. Sunday, can you bring those threads? I'm sorry, you need to find a way to put it on your chest. It has some usually very good with the ID. So like so just write what you see on that card on the post-it paper. Okay. Write 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
Challenges faced by some PROs were identified and solutions were provided, and there were emphasis on the need to educate, train, and retraining of PROs. The rights of PROs were recognized, and now it could be put into effective. PROs' roles with their principals and the effective knowledge of their offices were discussed, and laudable understanding of necessitated expectations from PROs.
It felt when you were making effort to let people hear your viewpoint. How did it feel from a real life perspective? And how can we relate it to the kind of issues we grapple with as PPROs on a daily basis?
They are saying their own point of view, and the other persons are saying it against.
So who did you speak with?
I spoke with the people reform.
The reform people. Which reform person did you speak with, if you can remember?
I spoke to him.
You spoke to him?
Then
yes.
Whom should I communicate with in this group? That one is another big group. And in addition to that, when I started communication as a reform, I look at that almost everybody needs that reform.
Yes.
I have to talk to them. I started with my colleague, the police detective. We communicate with each other on how do we expect people in police detective. Then community leaders as well as other groups that are here.
Also went to go and meet the student union leader.
So what did the market woman do? Let's hear your experience.
Okay, the market woman now say, if I control my people, she will control our own people.
Okay.
So we went back and forth. and I left her.
And I started talking to the DPO, and I tried, my terms of reference is that members of the community do see police as adversaries, and I needed to talk to the DPOs on the need for us to collaborate. And as I was trying to talk to the DPO about the need for us to be partners with members of the public, the DPO was busy arguing with me.
The first point of contact is the DPO. So I was talking to the DPO that since they transferred him to my community, I've been to his office like 3 times. I did not see him. Sorry. Yeah, so they're saying, okay, you did not come to my palace to see me since they transfer you to my community. The DPO said, no, why would you allow your youth to attack my boys? I said, hold on, DPO. Do you even know my name as a community leader? You don't even know my name. And I've been to your office 3 times. They always say you travel. So as I was talking, the PPRO, 2 of them, they came. It's like they want to ambush me. They said, why are you attacking our people? That our officers are in your community. And I said, look at you. Since you assume duty here, have you ever had a community discussion with us? No town hall meeting, no sensitization with my youth, nothing. So the only time we see you is when there is crisis, when our youth started protesting.
That tells us about the need for community engagement.
Yes.
You need to know your traditional leaders, religious leaders, keep very close. It's not only when their boys start troubling that you now call them, you start calling them to respond. I'm sure you are not understanding how rough this thing is looking. It's looking very, very rough on the ground. So the lesson for us is that the communication we've been trying to transmit, do we take time to reflect whether it's landing well? Do we take time to assess whether it's changing any behavior? Do we take time to... You want to set the record straight? Are we together? So when you say, I have come here to set the record straight, some miscreants went to the social media. Some hoodlums have been lying to unsuspecting Nigerians about the number of people that were killed in that crisis. I want to come here to reliably tell you that not 1,000 people were killed, only 10 people. You know, if you use that word only, I heard only created a lot of problems sometimes. And he was the one who led the implementation of the mutual, they call it social accountability, not mutual, the Social Accountability and Community Scorecard project in Nepal.
And another problem is, during crime investigation, people do not want to support Nepal police because they feel that if they support them, police will again come and arrest them, and so that is another problem.
One is, we are working with Nepal police for the last 6 years, and major objective of the project is to strengthen mutual accountability and to strengthen relationship between community and police. What I found after my presentation and interaction, I found that there are similar problems in Nepal and Nigeria, such as trust deficit between community and police, and another is people do not want to support to police, and police always portray as a fear factor in both countries.
This conference is to ensure we have better police public relation officers in your states, in your zones. That is why the IGP has put this together. And
I think this is a very laudable initiative. It helps build capacity amongst our police spokesperson, and it's particularly more laudable if you remember that it's been on for years. So it's been a way of building on already built capacity, and it's something that should continue, because with each conference our public relations officers get better at their job. And when they get better, it brings the police closer to the people, and it makes the job of policing a lot easier.
Well, it has come to the fore that policing the people would require communicating with them. And when you want to communicate with people, you need to identify that, or you need to understand that within these people you have different audiences.
Yes, in the course of this program, I've learned a lot. But basically, we've learned more about accountability. We need to be more accountable to the public we are serving. It is not enough to say we are public relations officer if we do not get back to the people we are serving. Basically, the youths, they need feedbacks from us, especially when cases are being reported. They want us to work on it and get back to them on it.
Use of this medium to commend and appreciate the Inspector General of Police, who has deemed it fit to come all the way from Abuja to grace the occasion opening, and also a man who has the growth of officers in the Nigerian police force. He has actually invested so much in us, and I promise the IGP, as I go back to Bayelsa State, I will put all knowledge which I have gained from this conference into good use.
And once again, and as usual, I'm always glad to be here because it is an opportunity to learn, relearn. This is the day 2 of the Police Public Relations Officers Conference holding in Asaba. And I've learned a lot already. We have a lot of intelligent minds there, retired officers, senior persons in the society that have come to impact on us what they have learned over the years. And I've already learned for now that in public relations, perception is key. The picture you paint out there is key. You must study the room, you must study the minds of your audience and approach them the way they expect you to be. For instance, if you are talking with people that are sad, you don't go to them wearing a smiling face. That's just one part of it. If you are going to tell people, we are not here for a problem, we are here to calm you guys, you don't go as if you are going to fight war. Like I said, there is nobody that knows it all. We are here to learn. I'm still learning. I've unlearned some certain things that I've been practicing in the past that have been wrong, and I'm relearning what I know, thereby building more on it.
I'm here live in Asaba. I'm happy to be here. I think this is my 5th conference so far. I would like to appreciate the Inspector General of Police for giving us this yearly training. So we are happy to be here. All the PROs are here. Once in a year we get to meet each other live instead of calling ourselves on phone. It's also something to be very proud of and happy about.
And I must say, this the program itself has been very, very educative and very, very informative. Even though this is not the first time I'm attending courses like this, but this is very, very informative in the sense that the timing of this conference, it's very, very important. And I will say strengthening the oversight and accountability mechanism of the Nigerian police force have become very, very necessary because of the issues surrounding the relationship between the police and then the public. The public needs to have confidence in the police, and the police also needs to learn to be accountable for every action that they take in the course of their duty. So I will say I give kudos to the first PRO, and then firstly I would say I give kudos to the Inspector General of Police and then the first PRO for this initiative. I think it's coming at a time where it is needed the most.
It's another milestone. I call it milestone because last year we were at Uyo. This year we are in Asaba. I want to say kudos to the first PRO because everything we have learned since yesterday has been very impactful.
I'm here in Asaba and I can say it's my first time of being to Asaba. I've been to Delta State, Warri, but Asaba is a beautiful place and a home of hospitality. So I love the place, the weather and everything. Basically, I'm here for this conference. And I've learned so many things because most times this conference is to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So I'm here. I've learned about accountability, transparency, and how to draw members of the public, which is my target audience, especially the Rivers people, how to communicate with them. And there is a particular subject that struck my heart that says, as a PRO personnel, it's not everything you say out there that people will believe you, and that's the truth. But yeah, I've come to learn that even if they don't believe you, you drag them closer to yourself and tell them the actual fact, what happened in any incident that occurred, and tell them what they need to know about it.
This remarkable conference, Asaba 2024, has been very amazing. It has been an opportunity for us as public relations experts to understand the importance of stakeholders in police PR activities. We have been made to understand the importance of knowing our stakeholders and how to approach them at every point in time to have a holistic communication network that will improve the trust between the police and the public. So that is the major takeaway from this conference this year.
As the way the country is evolving, the dynamism of the society is evolving, things are changing. The way and manners how we police the police, the members of the public, this time around should be a different strategy. You cannot be always applying the same strategy, because if you look at the AOR, that is our area of responsibility, each and every one of us has a different crime pattern. So each and every one of the PROs has already crime mapped his area, know the pattern of crime and criminality happening in his area, so that the idea of bringing experts is for us to be well equipped, know much of our responsibility when it comes to strategic communication. And I'm here, I'm very glad, I'm very happy that I've learned a lot. And when I go back to Bauchi, I'm going to put all those things I learned here in practice.
For us in Southeast, you understand that we receive cases of police unprofessionalism, not only in Southeast, generally anyway. This training, for me, this training will be a way we can be able to manage these reports and these incidences that is happening in Southeast. We also have an incident of secessionist group trying to make Southeast tense, especially in Anambra. With what we have gathered in this training, we can be able to know how to address issues. And most importantly, we will use our social media handle to make sure that some of the videos that have been trending, making not only Southeast but Anambra to be tensed, we can use the getaway we got from this training to be able to address these issues.
This is the major platform of the forum, the PROs and communication experts of the police gather together. Apart from learning, apart from acquiring knowledge, we always get familiar when we gather like this. Even me as the first PRO, I don't know the faces of all my PROs, but this is an avenue for me to get familiar with them and pick them by face, not only by name or by phone numbers. So it's a very good platform for us. Aside from that, you see that we have many foreign partners and domestic partners who always come together to assist us, particularly to form a very formidable faculty of learning at this annual conference. It comprises all PROs of command, 37, 17 zonal PROs, and all our liaison officers in some departments. We noticed that we have more complaints received from various quarters via our email, direct letters submitted to our offices, and of course on social media. We pick complaints on social media now. So we have a very robust data to analyze, to work with, and we arrived at the ability and our efforts to strengthen the oversight and accountability mechanism of the police. That's how will our oversight units of the Nigerian police force can be actually redefined, can be actually reconsolidated to serve members of the public as expected. You know, our number is, I don't want to say it's a challenge for us, I want to call it a blessing, because we have a very large number of personnel. To gather them together like this might not be so convenient. So what I'm thinking of doing with the approval of the IGP is to have a communication platform that will include all police officers. We are 300,000 plus, and we have a platform where in the morning or every time I broadcast bulk message to them. I broadcast a message, I want to lecture them, I want to talk to them, I want to give them directive of the IGP. We have noticed that some of us officers on the field don't actually relay IGP's directives, IGP messages, IGP vision statements and ideas to our officers, our rank and file on the field. So the PR department is trying to get a platform where we'll be able to have all our police officers on that group, on that platform, that whatever message we pass from the headquarters is going to get to them. So we can actually use that platform to even lecture them, to tell them what is happening, because many of them are on the field 3 months, they will be at their points at various beats, they won't come to the base. But with your Android, with any phone you have, whether you have network or no network, we are working with our technical partners to see how we can use that platform and reach out to them wherever they are. We cannot be able to gather them like this. Then we are thinking of having trainers that we select station officers, admin officers. These are key people at any divisional level. In fact, they are more powerful than DPOs. Rank and file afraid them more than their DPOs. They get scared when they see them, they respect them, they honor them, they adore them. So
I'm very happy. This is my first opportunity to discuss with all the public relations officers in the Nigerian Police Force. Section 131 of the Police Act 2020 says every command must have a CRE office, and each of these CRE office must be supervised by the command public relations officers. Are we supervising our CRU for optimum results? Some are saying yes, some are confused. Are we really doing our work as supervisors of CRU to ensure that members of the public have those redress from what police officers do to them?
Also, that autism is a very complex and multifaceted issue. And if you look at the historical background,
participants also made substantive contributions during the lecture discussions.
It's not just public information, it's talking about advocacy. Just like Oga Ojukwu taught us yesterday, public information versus advocacy. What we do majorly is advocacy.
The Enugu State Command did not keep him one bit. So I think I wish the NUJ president that was national president that was here is here. Let's draw this thing to his attention. I don't know what the press council is doing. I think the whole idea of competing with the new media, who will break the news first. The young man in the village who has seen what has happened wants to use the social media and break the news. And you want to even break it ahead of him without sitting down to actually look at all of the ethical side you've made us understand exists in journalism. All of that is not looked at.
Sporadic shooting means intermittent shooting. But for newspaper, you say, Amroba came, you are shooting sporadically.
Dinners are not meant for long speeches. You are welcome. We hope to see you again. We are always willing and ready to host. What we'll ask for is that you give us enough notice. So on behalf of NPF 001, IGP Olukayode Egbetokun, PhD MPM, welcome you to this dinner and wish you bon appetit.
Spy TV News report that there were resolutions made at the end of the conference. In a communique presented by SP Kuti Stephen, resolutions were the Inspector General of Police acknowledgement the commitment to supporting PROs in providing an enabling environment in their various states and formations.
On behalf of my public relations colleagues in the Nigerian Police Force, we really want to appreciate you for what you have done, your support here and there, the way you feel.
The 2024 Conference of the Police Public Relations Officer and communications expert held in Asaba, Delta State, which started on Monday 18th November 2024 in the collective effort to promoting public relations within the Nigeria Police Force, aided in equipping PPROs with the required expertise for effective communication, police accountability, improved human relations, and public trust, was facilitated by resource persons and experts in the public relations sector, NGOs, international organizations, and experts in other relevant fields. The training during the days of the conference improve decision-making, promote self-development, and cultivate tolerance, dignity, and mutual respect. The PPROs and Public Communication Expert Conference 2024 was officially concluded on the 22nd of November 2024, marking a significant milestone in the collective effort to promoting public relations within the Nigeria Police Force. Olayemi Eson, for Spy TV.